With the release of Voiceless Voice, we are finally getting an archetype that I have been wishing for a while. In my head, I had dubbed it Ritual Metaphys, simply because I did not know how else to name an archetype that gathers a bunch of old normal monsters, all while creating a new archetype with them, just like the new Memento or even Necros to a degree. You see, I love normal monsters. They're cool and nostalgic, and a lot of times specifically because of the wacky design that a lot of them have that represents an era long gone in the game. Back when Kazuki Takahashi and whatever artist might have been designing for, Konami would just make 3 different cards by just color swapping a monster. Thing is, they are and have always been a constant underdog in the game. My absolute favorite thing is seeing decks run monsters like that. Unfortunately, while you can get away with running vanilla or extra deck monsters, vanilla rituals are just impossible to use, with very minor exceptions and extremely cheesy strategies. So I went through all the old rituals to see if they could fit into the Voiceless Voice. So, to fit the theme of dragons or worms, we only have 2 left at the moment. So, just take these 2 guys and roll them in, and yeah, I think we're done. They seem to fit right in. If you are confused by the fact that Vinu is a fairy, I will just say that if Nephthys can turn from a winged beast to a worm, I fail to see the problem here. And unfortunately, there are no more ritual dragons if you don't count the paladins. Give us a paladin archetype already, Konami. Why they're so cool. Give us more, please. Thanks. So here is where the video would normally end. But I saw so many old rituals that I wanted to dedicate the rest of the video talking about them and the potential archetypes they could be retrained into. Because every card needs a family. So we are starting with Javelin Beetle, Super War Lion, Turtle Crab, Performance Sword, Dokuro Rider, Skull Guardian, Dharma Sword, Cuckoo Lycanthrope, Legendary Flame Lord, Masked Beast, Fiend's Mirror, Chakra, Elemental Mrs. Doriado, Zero the Mad, and of course, everyone's favorite, Hungry Burger! These fellas, as you can see, are mostly either vanilla monsters or monsters with extremely outdated effects. As I said earlier, while you can fit them into a massive new archetype, you can always just focus on specific aspects of each card and imagine what archetypes they could fit in the future. For instance, Cuckoo and Lycanthrope both have effects related to normal monsters. It would not be weird if they were retrained with effects related to normal monsters that fit in a deck that already utilizes them, just like Magic. Javelin Beetle can be retrained as Beat Trooper or generic insect support, while a Super War Lion can fit in with generic Beasts or Beast Warriors, or even Magic to pair him up with Lycanthrope. Dokuro Rider can obviously go with his other rider buddies, if Konami ever decides to give us what we deserve. And of course, Hungry Burger will fit right in with the 3rd food archetype that Konami will definitely release any day now, guys, just trust me. But yeah, even if it found a new home, I still think we need to get a wave of burger support that focuses on giving the burger different effects, depending on the materials that it uses for its salmon. And Mystic Tomato and the cheap 1000% have to be in this category. Sure works a lot better thematically than the chibi BLS, even if I love these guys. Elemental Mrs. Doriado can fit in her own archetype if they ever decide to flesh it out, and together with Legendary Flame Lord they could find a place in Pendulums, or they could just be part of an elemental deck that wants to utilize all the attributes, just like Element Sabers. Now, Turtle Crab is funny, because I was looking to see where it could fit and the only connection I could find was either Umi or Gishki, since they are the only other water aqua rituals in the game. So, hope you're all ready for the next aerial, we'll still be riding fucking Turtle Crab. While we recently got our 2nd Ritual Warrior archetype, I do believe that you can very easily make a whole new one with just the warriors we already have. Now, they could be like Mekanko, Unreal and Equip spells, which is one of the most warrior things possible, or they could be focused on the 2nd most warrior thing ever, the battle phase. Okay, maybe let's not do that. Or, if you do, make it like Flame Swordsman. Okay, the actual focus of the archetype is not clear to me right now, but the point is that there are enough cards to do something with that idea. Or how about maybe the first competitive ritual archetype ever, Demise? Well, it wasn't exactly an archetype until it supported Cybernetic Horizon, but still, Demise and Ruin got new, smaller forms and new spells and traps that really gave them an identity as an archetype. However, there's another couple of rituals that whenever I saw them in video games or bootleg products, always gave me extremely similar vibes as these 2. I'm of course talking about Divine Grace North Wemko and Garlandorf King of Destruction. I mean, look at them. They look so much like different versions of these same monsters. It's crazy. Even if they don't receive new effects, they could at the very least receive the line, this card is always treated as Demise or Ruin while in the hand, deck or graveyard. It really feels so weird that they are not connected when there are so many similarities. So let's just change that, Konami. Thanks. And since we're talking about banishing a light in the dark, while we do have the Chaos Max monsters that work with Chaos form, we could also have another Chaos archetype that utilizes all the high-level light and darks that we already have, especially if they are Fiend or Fairy. So with that, Fiend's Mirror, Masked Beast, Chakra and Zera the Mant make another appearance, as well as those boss monsters that all belong to villains from the anime. Shinato, Dark Master Zork, and the Chef Dark Being. You could even throw Vinu in there, since he's a fairy. Although all of them could be reworked for the other support, I really think that a Chaos deck with all these guys could be very fun and interesting. I imagine something that could also utilize monsters like Sky Scourges or the new Chaos stuff. As you can see, we have a lot of cool rituals in the game, and I would just adore for them to come back and get the Voiceless Voice treatment. Anyway, thanks for watching! How would you like to see your favorite rituals get modernized? Go ahead and leave your thoughts down below. If you like this, I'm planning to make something similar with fusion monsters. Possibly, maybe, we'll see. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. Until then, thanks for watching again. Bye!